what's up. I have a song in my head already, and it's called Purple Rain by Prince. And I'm looking at the purple dice now, and I'm like, I was listening to that song, like crushing hard on that song the other day, watching the video, and it is just keeps coming up. And then I was watching a movie, and they referred to Purple Rain, and I was like, that exact song. I was like, okay, like, what is up, Prince? Are you here? Are you dead? Are you alive? What is with this song? Okay. 6th house, Sun, and Pisces. Okay, so for some reason, this one was hard to swallow because I was kind of getting a few different things for this. And I feel like I don't know, I feel like somebody's health is not good. Like, I don't know if somebody's gonna die. Like, if I'm really getting the fact that I feel like Cancer, 7 of Wands. Yeah, they're gonna have to stand up for themselves. They're gonna have to fight back. Strength, Leo energy. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. 5 of Wands. There's the fight. Something's going on with somebody, and it ain't. I don't know if you're going to find out, like, I don't know if you're going for test results or something like that, or someone's going for test results. And I don't really think it's looking that good. But it's not, I don't think it's going to kill them. I think they just have to, it might be a long fight ahead. Like a long road to recovery and wellness. Almost like your health becomes like your work. 4 of Cups. I almost feel like they have to give something to you in order to fix this. Hierophant. 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so I almost feel like there could be a specialist involved. If there is, pay for him. Because he's a specialist for a reason. You might lose your savings. Somebody might lose their savings because of this, but like, that's why you got savings, right? Don't cry over something that, look at, yes. Oh my God, as I say that, don't cry. And look at Jack's crying in the cemetery. He's all fucking, well, I don't know if he's crying, but he's all drunk and upset, right? Sometimes people get really upset about money that they have to spend. And it's like, well, just be thankful that you have it. Because I mean, what is it going to get used for other than what do you want to go on a bunch of trips? Like, you can do that later in life, you know, like there's so many pressures on people to look a certain way and act a certain way and do certain things that they don't realize that so much of what they're spending is not even really what they want to be spending their money on. They're just doing it because everybody else is doing it. So you might be that person that kind of saves money, and this might be why. Because then you get the best surgeon in the world, or like, you know, you have a lot of insurance and it'll cover some of it, but it's not going to cover all of it. Right? Like, I keep looking at this sun because it's a little dot in the middle of a circle. And I feel like that's the Cancer. Like, it's standing out to me. But at the same time, it's like, it can be it can be lit up so it can be found. So again, like if you're thinking about going for an evaluation or a checkup or something like that, do it, because you might not get great news, but at least you went to the checkup. At least you went and got something looked at. Like it might be a mole. There might be, cut those fucking things off. Get those moles lasered off and shit. It's not aesthetic. Those fucking moles are cancer, and they got cancer written all over them. That's how melanoma starts. Okay, moles, get rid of them. All right, like even those little skin tags, like they slowly grow. Before they slowly grow into something, cut them off. Okay, they'll bleed for like a second and stop and go away. Those will turn into moles. Moles turn into cancer. Cut them off. There's also all those Dr. Scholl's now out there that's like you can freeze it off now. And I mean, those types of things lead to other things, right? And I just don't like that dot. I really don't. It's really bothering me. And it seems like something might be really hard to find, but that's why you get the specialist. You know what I mean? 3 of Cups in reverse. Oh, I do not think you're going to like this guy. But that's the thing, is most specialists you aren't going to like, because they're kind of ignorant assholes, but they know what they're doing. So that's why people don't like them. 10 of Presents in reverse. 2 of Cups in reverse. I don't know. He might be really expensive. Again, do you put a fucking price on your health? I should hope not. No one's going like black market organ hunting, okay? Let's keep this shit legit. No going to Mexico and getting botched surgeries, and go to Costa Rica and get botched surgeries. Be very, very careful with this specialist, okay? And don't go cheap, because that's going to be a whole other wind of problems. Like if anything goes wrong, you're stuck in a foreign country. I mean, this one chick I knew back in the day, we worked together, and she went to Venezuela and got a boob job done. And she only stayed for 5 days. And then she flew back. I couldn't believe it. This chick was like made of metal. Like she never got sick. She was always at work. She was like she would take people's shifts. She would work a triple if she could. She was just work, always work. Goes to Venezuela, buys tits, comes back, fucking goes right to work. And I'm like, how does it feel? She's like, I'm fine. I'm totally, completely fine. No, nothing happened. She didn't get any infections, thank gosh. And the only reason why she really went was because she's from Venezuela and she had family there. So if anything did happen, she was with her grandmother already. Right? So just be careful if you're going to go somewhere, right? She knew the language. She knows everything. If you don't know the language, get a translator. Okay. If you're not from there, make sure that you have rights there, like you're safe there, right? It's just like, I don't know, something kind of feels weird, but I also feel like in these specialists too, watch out for specialists, because so many specialists you actually don't really need, and you more or less need like a nutritionalist, right? Because a lot of the cures out there do not involve medicine. They don't involve doctors. They basically involve like plant medicine, plant doctors, right? The real doctors, the ones that got wiped out in the Renaissance with all the witches. Okay, there goes the cures. Okay, always remember forsythia. Honestly, my sister, she has this thing with coffee grinds in her coffee, and the fucking chick would sit there every morning picking out these coffee grinds from the top of her coffee, and I'd be like, Courtney, like they're eventually settled to the bottom. And then she'd be like, yeah, but they're at the top right now, blah, blah, blah. So finally, I was sitting in the kitchen and I was like, okay, there's got to be a cure for this. And then I found this like little tiny strainer for her that she can use for her coffee and gets out all the coffee grinds and blah, blah, blah. And I was so happy when I found it that I was like, oh my God, dude, I found you a forsythia. And she's like, forsythia? And I was like, a cure. And she's like, a cure for what? And I was like, your coffee grinds. And she's been using it ever since. 4 years later, the same piece of shit fucking Forsythia I bought her like from the dollar store. She still uses it. Her coffee is still coffee grind free. Okay, so again, they're just analogies. It doesn't mean that like there's actually cancer sitting inside of somebody, but although I do feel like there is, but there's also a lighter analogy to it, which obviously Spirit wants to talk about. We have 10 of Wands in reverse, which I'm not going to lie is kind of good because there's the King of Cups and then the King of Wands in reverse. Okay, there's Justice. Okay, so it's almost like try not to give up on it. You know, there might be things that you have to do that you don't want to do, and it might be really hard. Okay, and I mean, I went 2 days without caffeine. Like I drank coffee, calm down, but decaffeinated. Because I don't really think I need so much caffeine. Like I fucking sleep at night. I should have energy. There's no reason for me to drink coffee if I don't need to drink coffee. So I just cut it out and bought decaffeinated. And I've been drinking it for like 2 or 3 days. Totally forgot. I haven't even had caffeine. So clearly that doesn't matter. But it's all a part of getting rid of coffee, right? There's things that you have to do for a better you. And sometimes you have to take things away, and sometimes you have to learn a different way. Sometimes you have to go super expensive and fucking buy a whole bunch of shit to start a whole new regimen. But guess what? At least you bought the shit to get the whole new regimen, because now you get to start something off clean. Right? Because think about it. I don't really think you're being your best friend. And that will be the 3 of Cups in reverse, because that's the thing. Is like, I have to remember that. I have to remember to give a shit about myself. And if I really shouldn't be drinking coffee, why am I? And the only reason why I say it is, as I go always, it's because I want to. Yeah, well, just because I want to doesn't make it necessarily the greatest for me, even though I love it and I crave it and I want it fortnightly, like a crackhead. But I'm like, I'm not going to let coffee control me. Like, I give a fuck if I stop drinking it. Whatever. It's just a taste. I'll just replace it with something else hot. I really don't know what yet, but I'll get there. Right? Because it's always about, it's not, sometimes, you know, us crackheads, okay, we always want the next thing to replace, right? It's like we have to get rid of something. Okay, well, we want to put something in its place. And which is kind of true, because they say if you discard negative energy from around you, try to replace it with good energy, because now you've got empty space around you, right? What up? Oh my God, Jessica Fox. Why do I kind of remember that name, but I kind of don't remember that name? I feel like I haven't seen you for a very long time. Anyways, right? So it's like it's almost like weaning yourself off, getting yourself, you know, becoming your own best friend, working with yourself, working with what you have, right? And we have doctors, we have medicine, we have cures. Okay, 2 of Wands. So it's like almost like, why are we fighting it, right? Why are we fighting, you know, being good to ourselves, right? There's the King of Swords. It's almost like questionable. Like, why do we do this? Because nobody really knows why we treat ourselves like shit or do things just because we can. It doesn't mean my stomach appreciates it. It doesn't mean I should be doing it. And I found this other thing actually to balance my stomach, and it's been doing wonders for me. And so that's kind of helping. But then I just drink coffee, and then I have Crohn's disease. I have an awful stomach. I shouldn't be drinking it. And then I just desecrate my stomach again. I was up for like from 1 a.m. in the morning until 4 a.m. this morning, or 5 a.m. I don't know why. I was just up all night. And then I'm like, okay, something's got to change. You know what? Something's got to change. And then you slowly just see what you can do, what your body's trying to like tell you, right? Because if you get up in the middle of the night, something's going on. Okay, because like your soul wakes you up. Like, okay, something's going on. You got to narrow it down, because maybe somebody's going to narrow something down. And you can narrow it down once you start learning about it, once you meet these hierophants, which I kind of feel like there's a few of them. But again, I kind of feel like somebody's going to go kicking and screaming doing it, right? Because they don't really want to do it, but they know they have to do it. And that's the thing, is like, once you start doing stuff in moderation, eventually you won't miss it. I mean, I honestly, if I can stop smoking, but I kind of replaced it with weed, but only because I really want to smoke weed. I don't want to smoke cigarettes, actually. Now that I've gone so long without smokes, I don't like them at all. Like, I like the smell of them, but I don't want to physically inhale any more cigarettes. So you will get over things, right? And then think to yourself, how did I ever do that? And like for so long. Because everything's replaceable, even drinking. Like what is a drink? Just because there's alcohol in it, that's the only thing that makes it different. Why can't you just drink a pop or drink a water and like or a fancy drink? Because that's what I would do sometimes with myself. If I went to a party or something, I bought myself fancy non-alcoholic shit, right? Because I was like, okay, well, I never drink, you know, especially those island sodas and shit. Like I never drink that stuff. So why not, you know? And then you realize how much, you know, you don't even really want to drink sugar, really. Like you do, but at the same time, it's like maybe one or two, and then you're like done. And like you're all these people are drinking so much, and like, oh my God, the sugar that they're drinking, so much of what they're doing, and they're going to be sick, they're going to be hungover, they're going to have massive headaches, right? And you're going to be fine. You're going to be waking up like, damn, I feel good, right? I don't know. There's just definitely something that somebody's been doing like a job. You know, and I don't know what it is. Maybe laying in the sun. That's why I'm like, is it melanoma? I don't know. Someone's been doing something like a job, possibly drinking, you know, like it's their job to drink, right? And maybe work for the LCBO. I don't know. Maybe work for the liquor company or something. And like, how do you not drink it? But at the same time, you know what the LCBO does? They ain't putting any liquor in their shit. Even if you make wine or whiskey, it's called grape juice and like really dark iced tea. You don't have to drink shit. People can think you are, but you don't actually. I mean, who shares bottles now anyways? Like, ew, gross. Suck out of your own bottle, right? So, and that's actually when, back in the day, my boyfriend at the time ran this like nightclub, and the Trailer Park Boys were there, and they were doing a skit or whatever, and people think they're wasted. They do. And they didn't drink at all. So they had key words for the waitresses to know when they wanted actual alcohol and when they didn't want alcohol. But Julian, if anything, he didn't drink at all. And he's the one that's got the cup in his hand the whole time. You think has whiskey the whole time, and he never does, to be honest. Never drinking. It's only Pepsi. So fun fact for you, majority of them don't. Same with Leahy, didn't drink at all. I think they got him 2 drinks, and then he was drinking after the show, but didn't really drink during the show. The one with the guy with the belly, Andy, he didn't drink. Like, it's funny that you think that you think they're wasted, but they just know how to act. You know what I mean? So maybe this is somebody like, you know, doesn't want people to know that they're not drinking. Well, have you ever heard of non-alcoholic beer? All you got to do is rip the label off. No one's even going to know that you're drinking it. Or if you get one of those, you know, those like beer holders or whatever, right? No one will even see that you're not drinking fire, right? So I don't know. There could be something where somebody, I don't know, feels shallow about it, or like maybe doesn't want to drink as much anymore, or doesn't want to put this persona on anymore, that's who they are, because they're not, but they're in the center stage. I don't know. And so they have to make it look like they are. I don't know. But again, fucking fake it. Who cares? If you're on a stage, you're entertaining. That means you're in costume, you're in gear. When I'm entertaining, do you think I take anything like in the real world seriously? No, because I'm doing my job right now. Okay, which means job Whitney. Okay, which means if somebody was buying me shots, bitch, I'm putting water in that and taking it. I'm drinking whiskey or fucking vodka all night, or your little fucking shooters you want to buy me. Water every time. I always say what do I say? Usually gin or something like that, I say. I never drink on the job. Are you kidding? But yet it probably looks like I am all the time. It's illusion. Why do I feel like the magician should be here? Because I feel like it's magician energy. There's the 6 of Cups in reverse, and then the 4 of Wands in reverse, and it stayed on the bottom of the deck. So I almost feel like, that's a 4 and a 6. I kind of feel like somebody, I mean, as long as your people know what it is that you're doing, nobody else has to know. Nobody else has to know what you're doing. Just the people that you can trust. That's it. So again, maybe, whatever this, if it's health or something, nobody has to know what you're doing. Nobody has to know what you're going through. I feel like for the most part, some people just talk about their health all the time because they don't want to go through it alone. This is somebody that has to do a lot. Something has to be done. And they don't want to talk about it. Right? Some people don't want to flash their shit everywhere. They just want to get something done with it. Like 3 kings right here all of a sudden. And the only king that's in reverse is the King of Wands. And there's no King of Pentacles here. So clearly, again, don't think about your money when it comes to your health. Right? It's not a bargain. It's your life. It's not an auction. It's your life. How's everybody doing in the chat tonight? Thanks for liking the video, everybody. It means a heck of a lot. Who is that? Is that Sarah? Oh, thanks for coming back, Sarah. Always nice to see you. Who else do we got? Anybody being inappropriate? No? Oh, very good. Good job. The other day we had like 200 in the chat, and YouTube told me that there was 5 in the chat. So this whole time I was thinking, okay, there was really not anybody there. I get finished, I upload the video, and it says 200 and something were watching. And I was like, why does YouTube do that? Why do they do that? Why do they make me look like I'm a loser and no one's here? When sometimes it's like hundreds, and they just say like one person's here. Like, why do they got to make you look like a loser? I mean, I don't care. You know me, popularity. I'll talk to myself. I don't give a shit because there's still readings for you guys. But like, YouTube, grow up. Give me my I think they've given my proper views on a live like once or twice. And it was like, oh my God, they're actually showing me how many is in the live right now. Haven't done it again. I should have said it out loud, because it seems like as soon as I said it out loud with the one time they did it, they never did it again. Okay, next message. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay. Creepy with the plane and when shit hits the fan. What? Something landing is going to be so creepy once it hits the fan. Why creepy? Why creepy? Okay, why when shit hits the fan? Okay, and what up with this airplane? It's more like a jet. Jet 2 holiday. Ooh. Oh my God. Remember I was just talking about the boyfriend that worked at the club? This card's for him, because I'm pretty sure he's not with us anymore. Anyways, he's RIP in my heart. If he's still alive, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure he's in the grave and 6 feet under. So I made him a card, because that guy he had the worst job, honestly, to have to take people out of a club when they're drinking. All they want to do is fight. They all of a sudden think they're big tough guys. Okay, they stab you, they shoot at you. Like, whoever is a security guard, I swear to God, it doesn't even matter if it's at a club or a bar. You by far have one of the hardest jobs in the world, because to deal with drunk people, like, I'm on this side, I'm always on the nice side of it because I got the alcohol, everybody loves me. But the security guards, everybody hates the security guards, because they're the ones that have to tell them to leave and behave and, I don't know, stop pulling your dick out in the bar. Okay. Like the things that bouncers have to do, ridiculous. Okay. Absolutely ridiculous. And I was just talking about it, and it's funny because this card came out because I've got a couple people that represent death. Obviously, if you haven't watched my channel, I make my own cards, and they're usually about death. Okay, because that's what this is all about, is death. It's not about anything else. Okay, so there's something okay. You have had somebody all over your ass. And like these readings have been coming in. So just take it. It's for somebody. All right. And it honestly, it seems like your life is in danger. And I don't really think that you can get this person to leave you alone because it's free will. And how are you supposed to tell somebody to go away when technically they're allowed to be wherever they are? Okay. So somebody is in danger. Like there's something that has been trying to lure you alone. It's like it wants to keep you alone for a reason so then it can stalk you and it can look in your windows and it can be a fucking creep. Somebody wants to be a creep. Oh my God. And that's why we got creepy. Creepy was the first card. Creepy was the first fucking card. And I'm like, why creepy? Like, seriously? But then I got the eye. And then, but with no. So I'm like, no see? You know see what happening. Because apparently it's happening at night. Oh my God, this one reader that I watched, she put up a video, I think today, and she goes, they got caught creeping around your house. And like, why do I feel like this is kind of almost like that? Like, if they didn't get caught, like, because a bouncer would have caught them and asked them to leave, right? So I don't know if they got caught for creeping around something, but they're creeping around you. Like, they're circling you. Like, you're fucking prey in the middle. Okay? So... And lawless, like, I feel like they're breaking every rule left, right, and center. They don't give a shit about laws and stalking. And if there's a restraining order, they don't give a shit about it. What's a fucking piece of paper? And that's the thing. That's what everybody says. What's a fucking piece of paper? By the time you call and those cops get there, you think that person's still going to be there? Like, oh, yeah, here, arrest me. I totally broke the law. No, they're going to run. And then who's to say that they're even going to be able to prove that they were there? That's why restraining orders are a fucking joke. They're a fucking joke. Okay, so we have health and safety with conspiracy theories. Which I feel like they're covering up how unhealthy this really is. Right? And we got Marlo, like, and Marlo's been showing up because Marlo's dead, which means he's on the other side and he's watching. He's a guard dog. That's what he does. He might as well be Cerberus, for fuck's sakes. Okay, he's watching everything, and he's been coming up recently, and it makes me feel like he's watching something. He's watching something happen in another dimension, and he's speaking. Okay, because somebody's trying to cover up something, and it's got your name on it, and then it's prophecy because we've got believing is seeing. And I think the reason why on there is because you have to believe this in order to see it. Because if you think that everything's fine and you're completely camouflaged and nobody can see you and there's nobody out for you and no one's ever going to touch you, then you're the part of seeing is believing, which means you have to get knocked off your ass in order to notice that something's wrong. Collective will take the signs to start to look around to see if there's something that they're missing, something that's out of place. Something moved on your property, or why did the security light go off in the middle of the night? Anybody that's watching their own back will notice things like that. Okay, so if you didn't notice, because say you're in an apartment building, or say that you're in a secluded area or something, and it's not really easy to see if someone's watching you, or like there's woods around you or something like that. The universe is watching. So something caught them watching you. And this has been coming up, right? The peeping Toms are getting watched because they're breaking the law watching you. So Spirit's allowed to come in and watch them because of their blatant disrespect to free will, personal privacy, right? No, I do not want to be watched by you. Oh my God. I went to this restaurant to go pick up food the other day, and this fucking man, okay, why does it have to be Indian? Why? I don't know why. They're invading us. So why does that? Tell me how this motherfucker walked in. Okay, because they're always talking to somebody. Who are they talking to? I don't know. Why are you talking on the phone 24/7? Who are you talking to? Okay, comes in with his phone on his chest. He's getting like Uber or some shit like that. And I turn my fucking head. Like I keep my head like this. He goes in front of me, so I go behind him because he's still got his phone out. He's recording everything in the restaurant. Blah, blah, blah. And I sit and I put my head this way. And he had his camera facing me, just staring right at me with his phone like this, waiting for me to turn around. And so when he got my food out, I kept my shoulder out like this and kept my hair was down. So I kept my sunglasses on, which I looked absolutely retarded, but I don't care. And then the manager started talking to me. And as he was talking to me, the motherfucker put his phone up and fucking took his fucking face shot of me. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Why? I didn't ask to be on your camera. You didn't ask me to record. Why are you taking pictures of me? Why are you recording me? Who's watching? It's so annoying because they're foreigners. They don't fucking speak English. They don't want to speak English. And they're taking videos of women. Tell me how this wasn't like 2 years ago when I was working in Calgary and this van kept circling the parking lot, taking pictures of everybody that worked there. It was to a point where we couldn't even walk to our vehicles anymore because somebody thought we were going to get kidnapped. Like, why? Why? It's so against the law. Like, it should not, like, these people with their phones out, okay, because this motherfucker, we fucking, called it in, got the cops to go to his house, all this shit. And the cops were like, show us your phone. Like, why are you taking videos of these girls? And he's like, I was taking videos of the clouds in the background. So they look at his phone, and he was not taking pictures of the clouds in the background. You don't do UEs in a parking lot taking pictures of clouds. How dumb are people, okay? So something is landing, and I don't know if it's going to land right at your door, because now I'm getting every single peeping Tom fucking episode and show and like coming into my head about men looking through windows and shit. It's like on every crime show. It's like basically how every woman dies or gets massively fucked over. And it's crazy because there's so many warnings that these women have, so many, and then yet some of them get no warning at all. It's just they see something and they jump on it and that's it. Like they don't have to see it twice. They saw it once. All good with them. They don't have to study it. Okay, so I don't know, man. Like this is taking a really creepy turn. But once again, it's probably why creepy is here. So no rendezvous in the park at night with your hoodies up and fucking headphones in, okay? To anybody, because I say it as feminine, but like only because, women tend to get stalked a lot more than men, but it doesn't mean that men don't get stalked because they do. Okay, it's just a higher percentage is women, but again, I just have to say it as the analogy. Okay, anything else you want to creep these people out with, or are we moving on? Oh, there's still more? Okay. Sherlock and Pandora's Box. Okay, now, again, it's an analogy, so walk with me, but I kind of feel like they might, like, have a box with shit in it that's got your name. Like hair and teeth. Teeth. I don't even want to know what that means. But like they might have a satchel of your hair. Now I'm getting Robert Downey Jr. and Copycat. he is fucked up for Sigourney. Okay, like he can't get enough of that woman. But you know what he wants to do? Kill her. Okay, Sherlock. The only thing, like, if you feel like this is your energy, I'm like, man, the only thing that you can do, like, there's a couple things you can do. Obviously, you can put up cameras immediately, put security guard, like, security lights up immediately. Okay, and put them high, you know, so then they can't just smash them out, right? And then if they try to smash them out, you'll probably hear them throwing rocks around. So then they're caught. Plus, actually, you know, RenCam, I gotta say, they are by far the best. They have these cameras out now with security lights. So if the security lights go off, the camera starts to record right away. I mean, these things, I tell you, state of the art. State of the art. Okay? So arm yourself. And somebody just said, well, what if the power goes out? Okay, so now you go to more locks on your doors. Okay, lock those fucking windows up tight. Put those sticks in the windows. Okay, my cousin, when we used to live in the south end of this really shitty town, she had this lock thing for her door that kind of looked like a hockey stick, and it went underneath the doorknob, and it stuck into the ground. And you couldn't fucking break in if you tried. Like, there's no way. Like, it's been like one of those things tried, tested, and true by like SWAT team, some shit like that, right? So she had one of those. You know, the whole thing, even with my place, like, I have things put in certain spots, but it's not to stop people from coming in, because you almost can't stop them from coming in. But you want them to struggle. Okay, you want them to struggle or get hurt, because then either they'll turn around or you'll hear them. So there's a lot of things. Like, I've been a single woman living alone for like fucking 15 years. Okay, so there's honestly really not a lot that scares me anymore. I basically don't sleep at night. Like, I do sleep, but I wake up at like the drop of anything. I very, very lightly sleep, right? And that's just because I've trained myself. I need to hear things. I need to be able to get up. I can't be a sound sleeper, probably why I stopped really drinking, right? Because when you drink, you're out and nothing is waking you up. And I lived in really bad areas, and I didn't ever want to not wake up or not, you know, like I lived with this one chick. She wanted me so bad that she actually one night jumped in bed. I used to sleep naked. Okay, which I never did after this encounter with her. She jumped into my room at like 4 a.m. after going to the bar all night and drinking. And she was like starting to kiss me everywhere. And I was like, what the fuck, Carol? Get the fuck out of my room. And she's like, oh, you know, I just love you so much. But I was completely vulnerable because I was naked. Like, what was I going to do? Like, I mean, I had to, if I was going to jump up and tackle her, you know, I was naked. Like, hello? Very uncomfortable. Okay, so that's why I said I never slept naked again. And maybe you are single and maybe you do sleep naked. Don't put clothes on, because that's also what doesn't really make you feel all that safe either, right? Is the vulnerability of the state that you're in. Even if it's comfortable, even if you're super hot, get a fucking fan, open up the window. Okay, actually don't open up the window. Again, we're trying to keep the windows shut, but get a fan, put 3 fans on you. Who fucking cares? There's nobody else there. Right? So there's so many things that you can do. There's, I mean, like booby traps that you can set, which again is a little bit like kind of creepy, but like if, you know, if you're worried about your windows or stuff, and like there's alarm systems that you can get, the second they try to open up that window or smash it, the alarm goes off, right? A lot of it is, we have technology for a reason. Right. And I know that some of it's creepy, but it also keeps you safe, and it records. So then you have backup, and they can destroy the camera all they want because it's all in your phone. Right. So there's a lot of ways that you can keep yourself safe. And like, especially, you know, I was watching this one lady who I've watched on YouTube for a long time, and she lives in this really like desolate area, and she had a stalker for a while. And so now she's living there. She broke up with her boyfriend. So now she's living there by herself. And so she had to do a lot. I mean, because she's in the woods, okay, in like Switzerland or some shit like that, where like she doesn't even have a neighbor, and she's young, and she's like some professional singer, all this shit. I don't know how, you know how they do it over there. They're famous but not famous. I don't really get it. But so she had to, like, you know, do a lot of things, and I think a lot of what she had to do was lights, fencing, electric fencing, you know, perimeter cameras. Just always keep yourself safe, because if you're not keeping yourself safe, nobody else is. Nobody else gives a shit if you're safe or not, especially if they're with you. They're not going to care about your safety. Oh, by the way, your window's open. You know, it's going to be like, hey, our window's open. We can get in there later. Like, people are fucking scum now. You can't trust them, and you don't want to trust them, because what's actually filtering in their head is not what's coming out of their mouth. I can tell you that right now. People are full of shit. And it really sucks, because it's so much funner to just be honest. But to be full of shit is like, you're just being a shit. You're just following everybody else, because that means you're full of shit. You don't have a fucking original thought to your head. We are going to do a quick Kefir Reefer time, because we're 42:32, which means I haven't smoked weed for 42 minutes. And you know that's just unhealthy for me. That is just plain unhealthy. And I don't know what is with this energy, but the last 3 days, I have had this massive fucking headache. Well, it's not really a headache. It's like pressure, like in the back of my neck and in my head. And I'm pretty sure it's the fucking weather. So if you've got mad pressure in your head, you're probably picking up the weather systems. Because that shit surprisingly changes with age. Like, you get older and suddenly you can feel the weather in your bones. And you're like, why do I know it's going to rain? Because my back hurts. It's so weird. Okay, one last reading. I did so many readings today. Oh my God, I'm exhausted. Okay, here we go. The Babadook. I gotta watch that movie again. This card keeps coming up. Something not believing in something. Okay, so we got the Babadook with the Bride of Frankenstein. So, and then like, that's Bride of Frankenstein is love in reverse. I almost feel like, okay, so what was just the analogy that was just said to me was to learn something instead of love it is a huge thing. So because maybe it's like learning how to love. That's the main thing, because love is not, it's not just given to you. It's not just made for you. Sometimes it's a lot harder for people They've got a lot more they have to go through before they get love, you know, because love comes in so many different, once you understand it. Like, it's a big deal. It's a big deal, but you have to learn about something first before you can love it. It's like getting to know something before, like, you know what the analogy I heard in my head today? I don't know. I don't even think it was me talking. I think it was somebody else. And they go, yeah, because they were it was somebody talking to somebody. And I heard, how much respect do you think you're going to get if you sleep with somebody on the first date? And I don't know. It was a guy saying it. And I don't know who he was saying it to. But then I heard, I don't think I heard anything. Then I saw these two people like dating, like going out for coffee, and it was like, it was set in a city. It was like New York. I'm just gonna always say it's New York because it's a city I've never been to, so I don't really know what it looks like. So and like this city I've never seen, so I feel like it's probably New York, or I'm just gonna use the analogy that it's New York. This, I don't know what they call it, but the city is something, and they actually, these two people date. Like, they go on like luncheons. You know, they go see each other at like 2 and 3 in the afternoon because they're trying to get to know one another, not just sleep with one another. Because it's so easy to sleep with somebody. It's like the easiest thing to do. Then you cross go, you dotted all the T's, crossed all the fucking, you know, I think I said that wrong, right? And you jump to the final stage. Like, you went home with it. You didn't go to first base. You didn't go to second base. Like, I know you can hit a home run, but like, bro, every time, no. Might want to work those bases every now and then. Okay? So, and maybe that's the book. Oh, and then look at that, egg and fate. Yes. See, children of the night in reverse. We are not children anymore, people. We are grown-ups. Grown-ups don't fuck on the first date. Grown-ups, you know, maybe cop a feel, but like, you should not be even going underneath the clothes on the first date. Maybe a kiss goodnight. Maybe. Okay, maybe a hug, or like a, you know, that's always like when the, you know, you touch and you're like, woo, I accidentally touched his arm. Oh my God, I had to go to the bathroom. Okay, like, why can't we have that? I just don't understand why people, they want to ruin it. Jump to the last phase and then, you know, sex off. Again, my dyslexia clearly can't even handle this. Clothes off, sex on. I can't even. Who's making me blush in the reading right now? Somebody's doing it, because like my cheeks are, like, I can't stop smiling, which is fucking up my words. So please stop making me blush. Woo. Okay. Anyways, let's move on, people. We're not 16 anymore. Okay, so egg, fate. I kind of feel like this is a lesson. Children of the Night in Reverse. Again, this is a lesson. I'm getting so much Saturn with this. And Saturn is a huge lesson. Like, it's not, well, yeah, it's construed as a lesson, but it's one of those things that, like, it teaches you something. And, like, why do anything if it doesn't teach you something? Right? I mean, everything should be teaching you something if you really enjoy it. I mean, nature teaches you something every day if you just look at it, right? So you can be taught every day so many things, right? So maybe it's like that. Maybe somebody's doing it wrong. And like, this kind of came up. There's fertility, right? Maybe somebody's doing it wrong and they're just always spreading their legs, right? Actually, thank you. I was wondering if this movie was going to come up. So I watched this movie the other day. With fucking Ben Affleck, because he's like my favorite, and no matter what he does, I always seem to like the movie. So I watched this movie called Deep Water. Okay, and his fucking wife, oh my God, I want to punch her in the face the whole fucking movie, because she's just this slutty bitch that he's married to, but he doesn't want to constrain her. He doesn't want to tell her, you know, you can't cheat on me. So she's just out there spreading her legs, just fucking everybody, because she wants lust. She doesn't want love. She wants lust. She wants somebody to eat her ass and fucking finger fuck her all the time. Okay, so she gets all this passion and pleasure. Oh my God. This is sex all the time. That's not life. Okay. And I know this chick in real life who's like that too, who just wants, she just thinks that life is a porno and it should be passion and fucking all the time. And these dudes need to want her and need her and just, you know, and it's so, you know, like it makes it disgusting because of how much she needs it, right? So I was wondering if this movie was going to come up because it's a good analogy on how much people can get it fucking wrong, right? And you can have the best thing in the world and you still fuck it up because of this thing in your head that makes you feel like you deserve something or you deserve something more, or, you know, are you ever going to leave me? Excuse me? Yeah, I fucking will. Okay. Some people don't care about money and they don't care if they're going to lose everything. They'll walk away for fucking dignity. Okay. For fucking respect for themselves in a situation of being fucked. Okay. So, if you've been through the ringer, then do it differently because there's always different ways to do it, right? And nobody does it the same way and everybody should do it differently, but at the same time, teach yourself values and morals, right? That like spreading your legs, no, is not going to find you love. I know that we still need to repeat that as grown-ups. Spreading eagle, not going to find you love. Okay, it's not going to find you respect. It's not going to find you love. It's not going to find you fucking nothing. All it might do is knock you up by some guy you met at a bar one night. Okay, thanks, Mom, for the great story. Okay, like it's humiliating with how life is incarnated. Okay, so I feel like somebody's like, well, fuck it. If I can't get obsessed with it and I can't, you know, I don't know. What was that? Like drool all over it? I don't know. Then somebody doesn't think that it's worth it for them. And it's like, well, I mean, if it hasn't worked out for you yet, clearly got to switch your game up with something, whatever it is. Because it's just an analogy. You got to switch your fucking game up. Learn something new. Do it a different way. Escape in reverse. Don't run quick. And like invest in something. And just because it doesn't pop off right away, right? See that card? Just because it doesn't pop off right away, it doesn't mean that it's not the right energy. Okay? Harvest in reverse with nature in reverse. See, like this is not, I feel like this is something that is prolongable. Okay? It's not just hit a harvest, make some money, and then start again. This is something that is tangible. It's workable, right? And there's a lot of it. So learn how to become a lot of something as opposed to quick energy on one thing, knowing it's going to pay off and then moving to the next, right? I don't know, something like that. Okay, so now I'm getting... Okay. It's almost now like I feel like there's somebody around you that is wearing a mask, and maybe it's this person, you know, like maybe you had a one-night stand with somebody and you never spoke to them again. Well, they are still hanging around. Okay. And they're not like obsessed with you. Okay. But they're watching you and they don't want to be friends with you. Okay, friendship is not what's on the table, even though it might look like it is. Maybe you feel forbidden from them, like you can't have them, but really they're there because they want to be there. They're watching you. I keep looking at these eyes. They're watching you. And they're dreaming about you. Oh, you're in their dreams. You're communicating. Okay, if you're not speaking in real life, you're communicating in your dreams. And the thing is, whoever this person is, yeah, see, they won't speak to you. Jaws in reverse. The other side. I don't know why they won't speak to you about their feelings for you. They won't go deep. They're like staying in the shallow end. They're staying in the safe end. Maybe because they're learning. Okay, maybe this person doesn't know how to swim. They're staying in the shallow end until they learn how to swim, because you're in the deep end. You're in the fucking ocean. Okay. You scare the shit out of them. Okay. Now it makes sense. They're just following behind you. Metaphorically speaking. I don't actually think they're stalking you or anything. But they are close. They're going to meet up with you soon. And like, this might be something you just run right into them. And I feel like you know this person. Because, I mean, I guess, like, do people still give their numbers out to strangers? I don't know. Like, I mean, do people hand their numbers out? Because, like, back in the day, okay, and I'm talking, like, early 2000s, we just hand our numbers out on pieces of paper. Right? And see, right? They don't do that anymore. People don't do that anymore. Like, why? Who took that away? Because, man, that used to be the greatest thing ever, is slipping somebody your number and never knowing if they're going to call or not. Because you're like, well, I gave them my number. And then it's always, we didn't even have caller ID. So it's like we didn't even know if we missed the call, right? Especially if our, voicemails were full, then they couldn't leave a voicemail, right? Because the tape was full. We had to go home and rewind the tape so then it could record more, right? Back in the day, we had so much struggles. People don't even know the struggles we had back in the day with even trying to get a voicemail, okay? Like, oh my God, if the tape was full. And then remember, we finally got the answering machines that flipped the tape. Again, it just seemed like technology was just blowing us away in those 90s, early 2000s, like it was like cell phones had just come out. Like I had a pager. He would just page me. I'd be like, I don't want to call them back. It was cool. Okay. Like, I mean, what happened? Everybody is losers now. I'm sorry. No, that's the wrong word. They're just not hype with the game anymore. And they wouldn't even know what that means. Because they got their own language. Like, kids born above 2015, I'll never understand. I don't know what they listen to. I don't know what they look like. I don't know what they're dressing in. I don't watch commercials, so I have no idea what people are buying. Absolutely no idea. It's like I live in a foreign land by myself and wonder how everybody else makes it in the world. Because, like, I'm having a hard time staying afloat. So I don't know how anybody's doing it. But anyways, back to the reading. Yeah, we're still in the reading. Like, I kind of feel like maybe this person feels like blocked from you or something, or they have to know everything about you before they can make their decision if they like you or not, because I think that they physically are attracted to you. And then my nose just got so itchy when I said that. So it's not like they wouldn't find you attractive, but it's like, okay, what's your personality like? Because that's the thing, is it doesn't really matter how hot anybody is. If you can't fucking talk to them, oh my God, walk away. Don't even try it. Because hotness, it fades so quick. It's like the last person I tried to do that, which I thought, you know what, he's good looking, I'll give him a chance. His personality was like a little sketchy or whatever, but I was like, whatever, like I'm not one to judge. Like maybe it's just a little harder on the outside to get to know them. He was awful, like awful. And it's just whether or not people, again, it doesn't matter if you find them attractive. That doesn't mean shit. Like he could have walked in Yellow Wolf. And I would have been like, speak, though. Because if you don't have anything good to say, I can't do this. I wouldn't even sleep with them. I don't even care to do that anymore because been there, done that with every hot dude, good-looking person, whatever, right? It's all been there, done that, right? You need more. that's the thing. And like, that's where relationships fall, because they settle for something. Why would you settle for anything? I don't even understand. That man is married and his wife is nowhere to be found. If I was married to that guy, you think I would just let him wander the planet by himself? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, the sanctity of marriage is gone. It's lost because they're holding on to hot guys and good-looking chicks. It's not because they want to be there, or she would be. I'm like, how the fuck, how would you not want to be there with your husband? Like, I don't understand people that want to get married, but yet don't want to be in a marriage. What's the point? But again, it's all about security, somebody to come home to. They don't want to be lonely. It's like, what does lonely mean? Like, just because you're alone doesn't necessarily mean you're lonely. Like, I'm not lonely. I never am. If I get the littlest bit lonely, I bother my snakes. Which then, if they don't want to play with me, then I fucking smoke some weed. I don't know. I do something. I tattoo myself. I tattooed myself again today. I have to stop. I've tattooed myself every day for the last 7 days straight. I'm going to be unrecognizable soon, but I'm not doing anything up here. It's all on my legs. And oh my God, I got to stop. Like, I'm like, Whitney, put the gun away. Okay, stop doing this. You're gonna, like, I'm getting all woozy, you know, like I'm losing blood here, people. Okay, so again, like, whatever it is, you know, craft it, work on it. Like, love is, like, sex is sex. I mean, people pay for that shit now. Why does it even matter? I mean, most people don't even care to have it anymore. They'd rather eat, right? So, like, fuck. What's love got to do with it? I just heard Tina Turner say that because I looked at love and it's in reverse because nobody gives a fuck about this right now. Okay, find what love, what kind of love? What kind of love do you want? You know, you're swept off your feet by the love of your life. It doesn't exist. You're being lied to. Okay, if you can just spend a night without, you know, killing somebody, consider yourself lucky. Okay, because this world is full of trashy people. And if you can just find one person to have a conversation with, you know, you're better than half the people married out there because they ain't even talking to the ones they're married to anymore, let alone sleeping with them. Okay, they've been sleeping in different rooms for 20 years. Do you want to end up like that? Or would you rather be single? Okay, yeah, you might live in some nasty apartments and you might not have all the money in the world, but you're fucking free from everybody's bullshit. Right? And you can fucking give it a chance, right? On jumping on that ship, right? Get to know people. And I'm telling you, once you start to get to know people, you will be single for a very long time. Because people suck. It's not all fun and games anymore like it used to be. Okay? It's not like, oh, we got drunk and hooked up and now we're, you know, living together and engaged. This is like, we're in the big times now. Okay, there is no more getting drunk and hitting on, you know, bitches. This is real life. This is handing your number out again. This is actually trying, giving a shit. No more fucking Match.com and, you know, I'm so single that I have to mingle on .com. Like, just don't do it anymore. Just leave it up to fate because it's here. And if you want it, I just heard it's gonna that oh my God, pilot from Armageddon. I'm gonna twist you and I'm gonna break your bones. Everyone's like throwing up and passing out, right? Like, yeah, that's love. Okay? Tell me you can handle it, because I fucking bet you can't. You know what I mean? So don't fake it just to make it, because that's bullshit. And that's not what this was about. This is beyond love. Because that's the thing, is love is so surface. People don't know what it is. They don't understand that it's protection, it's stability, it's honor, it's shielding. It's so much more than just lovey, lovey, lovey. Oh my God, we had sex last night in the rain, pushed up against the shelf, and oh my God, it was so hot. Yeah, and now you haven't spoken to them for 12 hours. Like, but was the sex good? Like, come on, we're past that now, people. Okay, so just consider yourself lucky if you can even find somebody to have a conversation with that's even good in bed. So trust me, when you do find one, you're not going to want to throw it away, because to wait for another one, yeah, you're waiting another 10 years. So good luck with that. Okay, don't throw away good things when they're right there. Okay, you hold on to them. That's what I'm learning. You know, I had this huge thing for years, just throw shit out. I didn't want to be pack rat. I didn't want to hold on to things. And then I would like go back to get it, and I'd be like, well, I threw it out because I didn't want to hold on to things and be a pack rat. Like, I would totally just be angry with myself, thinking, like, why do I got to clean up so much? What does clean mean? Like, I deserve to own stuff. So now I, like, hold on to stuff. And, oh, my God, I made this incredible fairy house for the fairies in my room that knock shit over all the time. So I started feeding them, and now they're all cool with me, and they don't knock shit over anymore. And I made them this fairy house. Do you want to see it? Okay, they told me it's okay to show you. You should see this thing. Okay, and it's all because Whitney decided to stop throwing out shit. Okay, look at this thing. Okay, so there's an original house in the middle there. Okay, there's the birdhouse. It's like this little birdhouse that I bought from Dollarama. Oh, there you go. You can kind of see it pretty good, actually. Okay. And they got me to put all this moss all over. Okay. And then there's that tree sticking out there. And then there's some mistletoe berries all covered. They wanted moss on everything. Those are old this is all basically real shit. Okay. All from, drying things out. Their little offering egg. And then on the bottom, I can't really tip it because it's got shit, but it's all ivy. And then I shoved a whole bunch of flowers inside the ivy because they sleep in the flower petals. So they wanted a lot of flowers. And luckily, I have a lot of dried flowers all over my house. So this is my fairy house I made. And they are so happy. And, my little twinkle lights all over my room. And I put it in this right spot where the twinkle light, and they have a little backlight porch. Oh, they have been so nice to me. They have been so nice to me because I did that. Honestly, I haven't dropped anything. Minus I was tattooing myself today and I dropped the ink thing. The whole bottom of my foot is black. And I had to clean up my room. But other than that, that was a pretty funny cleanup, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't even angry at that. I thought that was funny because I thought my entire floor was going to be black from now on. But I actually got it up pretty quick. So anyways, that's the end of the reading. I was wondering if the fairies were going to let me show their house. I was so proud of myself with that house. I mean, it surprisingly did not take me long at all. I thought it was going to be like a whole afternoon craft. And then I did it in like a half an hour. I was like, I move way too quickly for the of light, which is probably why I'm taking caffeine away from me because I don't really think I need to move so quick anymore. But then tonight I decided to have caffeine and look how fucking fast I'm talking. Like, I don't need to talk this fast. It's ridiculous, Spirit. Anyways, so welcome, everybody new. Welcome to me. All right. I'm pretty freaking awesome, if you haven't noticed. Subscribe. We do this shit all the time. Okay. And I'll be taking questions tomorrow. I'll be on live tomorrow. I'll be doing questions tomorrow. No questions today. I am exhausted. Literally, too many readings. And surprisingly, psychics get very tired after their readings. So I'm pretty like, woof, which means I don't want to do shitty readings. So we'll do questions and answers tomorrow. And thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, Sarah. Welcome to the crew. All right. And thank you. I know they're very impressed with it. I like the greenery too. So the fairies are happy. That's all that matters. Okay? They're like little gremlins when they want to be. So peace out. Have a wonderful Sunday night. And I'll be seeing you again tomorrow. Okay? Later, Gators.